Yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, going back to the NFL draft, looking at draft needs for the 49ers again. Made a top 3 video a couple of weeks ago talking about this. Want to revisit it right now because a lot of things have changed ever since that video came out. I'll have a link in the card section for you guys if you want to check it out. Looking at it, you have free agency that just happened. The 49ers, for the most part, they kept most of their players. They did let some players go. They did re-sign a couple of players. They traded somebody to another team, DeForest Buckner, if you didn't know. By the way, we did get some draft picks. There's a lot of changes for the 49ers from that video until now. I want to revisit the draft needs for the 49ers and look at priorities now that stuff has happened for this team. Anyways, going to get the video started. I hope you guys do enjoy this. Sorry I didn't have any videos out on the weekend. I had a lot of things going on. I know, right? It's this whole sickness thing and we're supposed to be home, but yeah, I had other things to figure it out. Back on board right now. Hopefully everything goes well for you guys this week, and let's just get this video started. Before I do, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help me out a lot. Click that bell notification, get notified of future videos. Share this channel, share this content with fellow Niner faithfuls. Let's get this video started. 49ers draft needs for 2020 revisited. Okay, time to talk about the NFL draft needs for the 49ers, going back to this video that I did a couple of weeks ago. In my top 3 video, I picked number 3, depth at defensive line, number 2, wide receiver, and number 1, defensive back. For the most part, I'm going to be keeping it that way as top 3 draft needs for the 49ers. There might be other needs like offensive line because we did lose Mike Person. They did release him on his contract, so best of luck to him, what he does. For the most part, if I had to change anything from that last video, I might swap defensive back and wide receiver because, one, I think wide receiver is a big need after Emmanuel Sanders leaving for the New Orleans Saints. Emmanuel, if you're watching this, thank you so much for what you done in San Francisco. You were the big difference maker on offense. You're the big reason why we made it to the Super Bowl this year in 2019. 1 year ahead of schedule, in my opinion. Whatever you do in New Orleans, good luck to you, and I think we're going to be seeing you in the 2020 season when we do face the New Orleans Saints. Anyways, going back to the wide receivers, I think that's more of a big need since he's gone, and we need to complement a guy with Deebo Samuel, but there's a little quandary there because Trent Taylor and Jalen Hurd are coming back. If they don't pick anybody with the wide receivers, they must be banking on those two guys to play really well coming into the 2020 season. Also, staying healthy, that's a big part of their game. That's the big part of their issues going on right now currently in this offseason, is to stay healthy for the most part. Wide receiver, I think that's the biggest need now since Standard is gone. Looking at defensive backs, they did get Jimmy Ward back. That's a pretty good beneficial thing for the 49ers. Richard Sherman, I still think he's one of the great corners in the NFL. Is he getting a little bit slow? Maybe due to age, but he's one of the most intelligent guys out there in the NFL. I would love to keep him and defensive back, maybe move him to safety eventually. But cornerback so far, I still believe in him despite the Super Bowl 54 hiccups. Emmanuel Mosley, I'm still a big fan of. Akella Witherspoon, he has a lot of questions going into the 2020 season. He probably has the most pressure out of anybody on the roster to perform really well, along with Solomon Thomas. Nickelback position with K'Wan Williams, one of the best nickels in the NFL. In my opinion, he's a very underrated player. Not a lot of people talk about him, but he's a very important part of our defense backfield. Defensive backs, looking not too bad, but at the same time, a little bit shaky, and they might have to address that later on if they do trade down with the 13th or 31st overall pick. Speaking of those picks, what are they going to do with that? I might have a separate video for that. But yeah, you have a lot of options with John Lynch trading to DeForest Buckner to get that 13th overall pick from the Indianapolis Colts. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to draft a wide receiver, a bona fide stud receiver coming into this draft? Because this is a very draft-heavy wide receiver class. A couple of guys off the top of my head. I'll probably have a top 3 video out for you guys because a lot of you guys have been asking me who do I like for the 49ers wide receivers in this class. You got Henry Rugg, Jerry Jeudy from Alabama, both of those guys. Also, CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma. He's an important guy as well. I think there's a Jefferson guy from LSU. I don't recall off the top of my head. There's just a lot of great prospects to look forward to for the 49ers if they draft somebody with the 13th overall pick, because I believe a lot of those guys, if we wait until the 31st overall pick, they will be gone for the most part. But there might be some hidden gems, and John Lynch is very good at looking at them. 5th round, 6th round, 7th round, I have complete faith in Lynch. He drafts great players within those late draft picks, and that's what makes him mark of a great general manager, I believe, for Lynch. Top 3 video from a couple of weeks ago all the way till now. Nothing too crazy. Those 3 positions that I listed in that video, they're pretty much the same. With DeForest Buckner leaving, defensive line is a big of a need, in my opinion, not really in terms of starters, but maybe more for depth. Maybe a bona fide starter just because Solomon Thomas, he does have a lot of question marks being a starter, but I like my guys like DJ Jones, Ronald Blair, and all those guys. Not too worried, but we should get a little bit more help, I believe, in the defensive line position. But yeah, just looking at it, everything for the most part, nothing too insane. I think having the 13th overall pick gives the 49ers a lot of options to play with they can get more assets. Definitely, I believe with one of those draft picks, they will trade down and get either a second, third, and or fourth round pick. They'll draft probably a wide receiver, in my opinion, with the 13th overall pick. I think that's what they were looking for. They might go crazy and trade for Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know if they want to do that. I don't even know why he's on this rumor mill for a long time. It's just kind of weird and bizarre, in my opinion. But hey, whatever. I believe wide receiver is the biggest need for the 49ers coming into this season. If they want to juice up that offense, definitely losing Emmanuel Sanders and having a guy that can just make an instant impact, I would draft a wide receiver in the first round, in my opinion. Defensive backs, I think you can find some great ones later on in the middle of the rounds. So yep, that's pretty much it. You guys wanted to talk about this real quick. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I personally enjoyed talking to you guys. It's been a couple of days that I didn't talk to you guys, and hopefully you guys are safe right now due to this whole sickness. Gonna end the video right here. Please let me know what you guys think about the draft needs for the 49ers revisited. I'd like to hear what you got to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's gonna definitely help me out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow on a Tuesday. I'll see y'all then. Bye guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day. Hot boys.